So my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So can anyone summarize what you have learned yesterday about the heart? So I will ask the few questions. How many chambers does the heart have?
Four. Four.
What are they?
Four. Two atria and two ventricles.
Okay. So where it is placed, how it is positioned, like top or bottom,
Sir, top.
Bottom.
which is on the top, which is on the bottom.
Sir, arteries are on the
Atricle is top and ventricle is bottom.
Okay. So the entry of the oxygenated blood into the which atrium?
Left.
Okay. And how about the deoxygenated blood?
Right. Right
Right atrium.
atricle.
It is not an atricle, atrium. ATRIUM. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Atrium. And okay. So till here everyone is clear. So we'll proceed with
Yes,
the.
sir.
Once again, I will explain how does the heart will function with this diagram. So the oxygenated blood from the lungs will enter into the left atrium, and with the help of the valve, when it is contract, the oxygenated blood will enter into the left ventricle, and when the left ventricle will contract, it will be pumped through the from the left ventricle to the throughout the body, head and body. Then the oxygen will be utilized in our body, and the deoxygenated blood from the head and body will enter into the right atrium. From the right atrium, it will, when it will contract, the deoxygenated blood will enter into the right ventricle, and it will pass through the from the right ventricle to the lungs for carrying the carrying the oxygen. Okay, this is the way our heart will work, and I told you yesterday it is the dual mechanism. How it is a dual mechanism? At the same time, when the atria, means both the left atrium and right atrium will contract, it will happen in the same time, the entry of oxygenated blood and the entry of deoxygenated blood at the same time. And when it will relaxed, sorry, when it is relaxed, it will, the entry will happen. When it will contract, these both the walls will be opened, and the deoxygenated and oxygenated blood will enter into the left and right ventricle. And when the left and right ventricle, so the two ventricles are contract, and this valve will be opened, and the same time oxygenated blood will supply to the head and body, and deoxygenated blood will supply to the pumped to the lungs for carrying the oxygen in the blood. Okay, now we'll see into the what is in the blood. About the blood, we'll see what are the other particles in the blood. You have the red blood cells in the blood,
White blood cells and platelets.
plate, platelets, okay, and WBC, which is called white blood cells, and we have the carbon dioxide, and what else we have? We have our digested food
Digested food.
will carried in the blood, and plasma, and hormones, oxygen, and our waste. So these many things will be carried in our blood, which means the transport mechanism not only will provide the energy, and also it will release the waste also from our body. Okay, so we have RBC, WBC, platelets, carbon dioxide, plasma, hormones, digested food, oxygen, and waste. These are the things will be present in our blood.
Blood.
So this is look like a blood. Okay, this is red blood cells. What is the function of the red blood cell? It transport the oxygen. And WBC, defense against the invaders. Invaders means any antigen or any pathogen or any organisms from out of the body. If anything is enters, the WBC will fight against it. Okay, like it's like a defender, which will give our immunity, improve our immunity. And what is these are the small platelets which help form the blood.
Help for blood clots.
Okay, and what is the function of plasma? It's the liquid portion and contains the dissolved nutrients like hormones, gases, and other things. Waste and everything will be present in the plasma. Because of that only, this always you have to remember these four parts. One is the RBC, WBC, platelets, and plasma. What is the function of the RBC, which transport the oxygen? And what is the function of WBC?
Defenses against invaders.
And what about the platelets?
Help
Help
from
from
blood clots.
Form blood clots. So when it will form the blood clots?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, very good. When we get injured, that time will it help for the blood clots.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
तो व्हाइट ब्लड सेल्स में वो इन्वेडर्स क्या होता है?
Invader is like any foreign particles, not from your body. If any now coronavirus is spreading over anywhere, everywhere. Okay, that is coronavirus. Any virus or bacteria is invaders.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So blood is a red color fluid that flows in our body through the blood vessels. Okay, we'll see detail about the blood vessel in the coming slides. So what is the blood? Blood is a red color fluid that flows in our body through the blood vessels. So what are the blood vessels? It's the arteries and veins. These are the capillaries. These three are the blood vessels. Okay, we'll see depth about the blood vessels in coming slides. So what is the function of the blood? The blood acts as the medium of transportation of essential substances throughout our body, such as oxygen, nutrients, and everything. What are the present in the blood, which will be carried, and the blood carries the oxygen from the lungs and transport into the different cells of the body. And blood also carries the waste material. I shown in the previous slide. Blood carries the waste materials to the kidney, and kidney will excrete the waste material. The small intestine digests the food and absorb its nutrients. Okay, these nutrients will provide the energy to the other parts of the body with the help of the blood. And the blood also protect the body from losing blood by forming a blood clot at the place of injury. When the injuries happen, that time blood will help for protecting and forming the blood clots. And also blood having a special substances which will keep our body temperature on the nominal level. These are the few functions. And what are the components of the blood? We have seen in the previous slide. The same I have mentioned here, blood plasma. So what is present in the blood plasma?
Liquid substance present in blood is called blood plasma.
Yes, almost 55% of the blood is the blood plasma. If we consider 100 ml, okay, if you are taking 100 ml of blood, in the 100 ml, 55 ml will be the blood plasma. And the plasma facilitates the transportation of different substances. Okay, we have seen in the previous slide, the plasma contains the digested food, nutrients, and waste material and everything. Okay, and the blood plasma is made up of water, salt, fats, proteins, and sugar. And what is the RBC? It's erythrocytes. They are present in the ample amount. Ample amount means it is next to the blood plasma. The sufficient means the maximum amount, which ranges from 40 to 45%. And they are red in color because they contain a special pigment called the hemoglobin. In the presence of hemoglobin, RBC looks the red in color.
सर अगर हीमोग्लोबिन नहीं होगा तो पूरे शरीर में ब्लड पहुंचाना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है.
Yes, which gives the strength also. The oxygen we take in binds itself with the hemoglobin, and hence reaches every cells of the body through the blood. Okay, where does the oxygen will bind? Hemoglobin in the RBC. The oxygen will bind with the hemoglobin where it is present. It present in the RBC, which is the erythrocytes. Okay, this is the I told you, we are taking the 100 ml. If you centrifugation is the process. Okay, now you no need to remember this. If we centrifuge, means separate this 50 to 55%. This is the yellow color, pale color is the liquid, which is the plasma, and this 40 to 45% red blood cells, and this white layer, which is the
जरूरी क्या हम दोनों चला रहे हैं ना, हम स्कूल का कर रहे हैं अटेंड,
which is the white blood cells, and the platelets are present, the balance 5 to some 5%. Okay, I have told you earlier the stray colored liquid that carries the cells and the platelets, which help the blood clot. It also contains the useful things in the plasma: the carbon dioxide, glucose, amino acids, proteins, minerals, vitamins, hormones, and waste materials like urea. These many things are present in this plasma. And we'll see about the RBC once again. It is the RBCs. It's look like a structure, and it doesn't have any nucleus. Okay, this structure is called the biconcave disc. No need to remember this much. Okay, this for your additional benefit, I'm showing the structure of the RBC, which contains the hemoglobin. This you have to remember, and the hemoglobin will hold the oxygen and carry it to the cells that needed it. And what is the white blood cells, which is called the leukocytes? So what is the name of RBC? WBC is leukocytes, and RBC, red blood cell, is the erythrocytes. Okay, they are present in fewer amount, almost 1%. Yes.
व्हाइट ब्लड सेल ल्यूकोसिस क्या होता है मतलब?
This is the
White blood cell.
name. White blood cell is also called the leukocytes. White blood
सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. Sir, your voice is not clear.
Sir, not audible. Yes.
is the
Sir, not audible. आवाज नहीं आ रही. Not audible. Sir, not audible.
now it's okay.
Not audible.
Hello, now it's
Yes, sir.
audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So white blood cell is present very fewer amount, but it have the very vital function, vital role or important role in our body. What is it? It fight against the germs present in the body or will enter in our body from the outside.
Sir, not audible. Yes, sir.
Now it's fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Your voice is clear. Sir, your voice is clear.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
But whomever having any difficulty in listening, just log out and log in once again. discontinue and once again join. Maybe your internet problem will be there. Okay, and the blood platelets, which helps for the formation of the blood clot during the any injury, and blood vessels, which carries, it's like a tube-like structure. Blood vessels is nothing but a tube-like structure, okay, which will carry the blood throughout the our body. Okay, this is like a white blood cells. White blood cell also called a leukocytes. Okay.
ऐसे जूम नहीं होता है, हमारा गूगल में होता है.
Sir, not audible.
Eat and digest the microorganisms. Any germs enter in the body, the macrophages present in the white blood cells will eat and digest the microorganisms and excrete from the body. And some lymphocytes fight disease by making the antibodies. Antibodies will be produced from the lymphocytes to destroy the invaders by dissolving them. And other lymphocytes make the antitoxins to break down the poison. See, in this white blood cell, you just remember the two terminologies. White blood cell is also called as a leukocytes, and the white blood cells contains the lymphocytes and the macrophages, okay, which will fight against the germs. Just you remember these 2 points from the white blood cells. And this is like a platelets. How does the platelets will work? I will tell you. It will produces the fibrinogen fibers, like a fibers. This is
Sir, voice is not audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Your
the
voice is
hemoglobin.
not audible.
Now it's clear.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
This is the like a
Yes, sir.
this is like this is the hemoglobin structure. This is for your understanding only. No need to go through this text.
Okay, sir.
And we'll see about the blood vessels. What are the 3 blood vessels I told you? Arteries, veins, and capillaries. Okay, 3 major classes. Arteries and arterioles carry the blood away from the heart. Okay, and vein and venules
Yes, sir.
carry blood to the heart.
Sir जी ये venue
The
होती है.
blood will carry to the heart through with the help of the vein, and the oxygenated blood from the heart will be carried to the other parts of the body with the help of the arteries.
सर
And
ये आर्टरीज में आर्टर, सर ये वर्ड क्या समझ में नहीं आया, और ये वेन्स के आगे वेन्यूल्स लिखा हुआ है.
See, like arteries, you know, arteries. What does the arteries will do? Which carries the oxygenated blood to the body. Means from the heart it will take. Okay, but the
Sir, voice is not clear. Sir's voice. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
trachea, and it will bronchi and bronchioles, which means the arterioles are the subdivision of the arteries. Clear or still doubt?
Yes, sir.
See, arterioles are the subdivision of the arteries, like a branches. Just remember, the arterioles are the branches of the arteries for reaching each and every cells of the body. And venules are the branches of the veins which carries the blood from the deoxygenated blood from each and every part of the cell, and it will take into the heart.
Okay, sir.
And capillaries allow exchange of nutrients, waste, and gases. These are the 3 blood vessels and function. And just imagine that this is like a tube-like structure. Okay. See, here you see this is the one lengthier tube, your arteries, and from the arteries there is another small tube is coming out. This is called a arteriole. This arterioles and one arteries to another arteries. Sorry, one arteries and veins are interconnected with a capillary bed. This is called a capillaries. These are interconnected with the other branches. Okay. So simply remember, beta, arteries are the tube-like structure which will carries the oxygenated blood, and arterioles are the branches of the arteries. And this is like a veins. Veins are very thinner compared than the arteries. And there is a wall in the veins which prevent the backflow of the blood. Okay. When it is passing up, the walls are prevent to fall back. This is for your just visualization. I have put these images. And we'll see what are the different function of the arteries and veins. Hello. Okay.
Sir, not audible.
I am not speaking till now. I have not spoken anything. Now it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here for differentiation, I have mentioned in the red and blue color. Why? Red, which indicates
So your voice is not clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Sir, voice is clear.
So voice is clear. No, sir.
sorry, veins carries the blood that is rich in carbon dioxide from the body organs to the heart. Okay, and arteries have the thick walls as the blood pressure is quite high in the blood vessels, which is arteries are the thick walls and veins are the thin as compared to the arteries, and they are narrow so that the blood can flow quickly through them, and this is wider than the arteries. Veins are wider than the arteries. They do not contain walls as the blood in arteries always flow in the right direction due to the pumping of the heart. So the blood is pumping from the heart, so it doesn't require any walls to prevent the flow back of any blood. But here, which is carries from the other parts of the body into the heart, veins having the walls, so that it will prevent the flow back of the blood to other organs, which means the opposite direction. Clear in this? Do you have any doubts?
Sir,
Yes.
No, sir.
sir, please explain again.
See, just
Yes,
remember you forgot about these all the wordings. Okay, just follow my words. First, what is the difference? Arteries carries the oxygenated blood from the heart to the different parts of the body. Okay, and what is in the vein? It is directly opposite. The vein carries the deoxygenated blood from the body to the heart. The first point is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And second
Sir.
point, arteries have the thick walls. What do you mean by thick walls? Which is thicker. Okay, and veins are thin. Do not have the thick walls, which means which have the thin walls. Okay, with arteries are thicker and veins are thinner in its size. And in arteries the blood flow will be narrow so that it can quickly reach to the other parts of the body. And in veins it is slightly wider compared to the arteries. These 3 points. And fourth point, in arteries there is no walls are present. What is the wall? You have seen in wall in the heart, which
Yes,
will
sir.
prevent the blood to fall back. Okay, it will prevent to flow back to the previous place. Okay, in arteries there is no wall. In vein there is a wall because it has the wider, and it will see. Here you see this blue color is the your vein. Okay, if the blood from the oxygenated blood will reach to your till the foot. Okay, from the foot there is no pump is there here. Okay, to carry back the deoxygenated blood from your foot to the heart. Okay, if the deoxygenated blood is flowing through the veins, okay, there is a chances it can fall back or it will not flow. So because when
सर
the heart pumps,
सर सेकंड पॉइंट एक्सप्लेन करो ना एक बार वापस.
which one beta? See me, what I'm
Sir, voice is not clear. Sir, voice is not clear.
Hello, sir. Sir, voice is not clear.
Sir, voice is not clear.
सर आपकी आवाज बिल्कुल नहीं आ रही है.
Yes, sir.
Sir, your voice is not clear.
Sir, your voice is not audible. Yes, sir. नहीं है.
सर ने तो लेफ्ट कर दिया.
हाँ सर ग्रुप से निकल गए.
सर ने क्या करा?
सर तो ग्रुप से निकल
सबको
गए.
ही लेफ्ट करना है क्या?
क्लास ओवर हो गई क्या?
क्लास
hello.
ओवर हो गई क्या?
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, beta. I was disconnected due to the network issue.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
ओके सर.
So wait, I will present my screen. So you have any live class after my class?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. कौन सी
Yes,
class है
sir.
बेटा?
करिश्मा मैम की.
But it
No,
is not.
sir.
It is not a live class, no?
सर मैथ्स की लाइव क्लास है. सर
What time?
11:40 पे.
11:40.
11:40 पे.
यस सर.
Okay, I will take another just 5 to 10 minutes. I will complete it. Okay.
ओके सर.
So this is clear.
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay. See, arteries doesn't have the wall and veins have the wall.
Yes, sir.
Why? It will prevent the flowing of blood into the opposite direction. This is a capillary. Okay, what is the function of the capillary, which will help in the exchange of material between the blood and the body can only occur through the capillaries, which means the capillary is connected to the blood vessels. It is a own kind of a blood vessel which will exchange of material between the blood and the other body cells. Just remember this first one line: exchange of material, the function of capillaries. And this is the like a structure of capillary. And you know, when you go to the hospital, the doctor will check the pulse rate by holding your wrist. Okay.
सर आर्टरीज से ही पता चलता है ना कि जो हमारी पल्स रेट
So,
कितनी होती है.
what is yes? So what is the pulse? Pulse. How many times the heart pumps the blood in the arteries? Okay, this continuous pumping of blood in the arteries result in their rhythmic throbbing, which is called a pulse. Mean how many times the heart pumps, which is called a pulse. So pulse rate is the per minute how many times the heart pumps, which is called a pulse rate. The normally for the human being, it should be 70 to 80 beats per minute. Which means the heart will pump both the contraction and relaxation, okay, for the 70 to 80 times per minute for the flow of oxygenated blood to the body and flow back of deoxygenated blood from the other body parts to the heart. So till here, do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, till
No,
okay,
sir.
beta. Till here, which is in your book, okay.
Yes,
You
sir.
watch the videos and you read the text in your book. From the text, anything you have not understood, you ask me in the next classes.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
No, sir.
सर
तो पर मिनट में 70 से लेकर 80 तक पल्स रेट होनी चाहिए ना.
Yes, beta. Which is a healthy human. Healthy होते ना किसको if it is more than 70 to 80, when you do the when you are playing or the athletes, उनका थोड़ा कम भी हो सकते हैं, ज़्यादा भी हो सकते हैं, which is called a very healthy. But the average heartbeat should be 70 to 80.
सर हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में कंटिन्यू करेंगे चैप्टर.
Okay. Why? You want to continue in the next class or who has asked me?
सर your voice is not clear.
Beta, who has asked me? You don't want to continue now? Just another 5 minutes I will complete.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the question: all the animals possess a circulatory system? No. Animals like a hydra and sponges do not possess circulatory system because which lives in the.
Screen is not visible.
Yes, sir.
Now it's visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, all the
No,
animals.
sir.
This point is there in your book. Okay, don't worry. No, all the animals doesn't have the circulatory system. Like I'm speaking. Just listen. Hydra and sponges, which lives in the water, so that animals doesn't have the own circulatory system. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
I'm requesting everyone to read the circulatory system in your book. From that, if you have any doubts, Okay, you can call me and ask. Otherwise, you note down the doubts in your book, in your notebook, and you ask me in the next or live class. Okay,
Okay, sir.
till that time I will send some
Yes, sir.
material for reading, and some videos how does the heart will work. And in our next class we'll clarify your doubts and we'll proceed with the excretion. How does the waste material will be excreted through the urinary tract system, and we'll continue with the transportation in the plants. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta.
Have a nice day, sir.
Good day,
Thank you,
sir.
beta. Have a
Bye,
nice day.
sir. Have a
Okay.
nice day, sir.
Have a nice day, sir.
Bye.
Have a
Have a
nice
nice
day,
day,
sir.
sir.
Have nice